All right, good morning all. We want to continue with our Mysql tutorial, and today we want to discuss how modules are being created. We have a work on ground, we have a job on ground, and we want to actualize the models of the application. Without wasting time, we'll start creating the models using our workbench. I'm not going to read much the text here, rather we'll go by the design here. We'll start from number 1, which is user table, and the rest. So this is a workbench. Sorry, this is a different work. Let me see. Let me quickly close it and open it so you see how you're going to start using the. I think it's better we use this so the sound will be okay. All right. I want us to look in. Okay, let's load. We are going to use a workbench as it is stated here, Mysql workbench, for the job, for the work. We're not going to use it manually. We're not going to design the models manually. Rather, we're going to use Mysql workbench. It is the best way of approaching it. So I'm loading my Mysql workbench. And when it has okay, it hasn't loaded yet. It is loading. All right, good. It has loaded. So please let's understand what's happening here. Mysql workbench has three categories of functions. Function number 1, you can use Mysql workbench for database interactions with your server. If you hover, you see where the mouse pointer is. If you click on it, that's where you're going to use it for. That's where you're going to write queries of database, which is this screen. But this second one is what enables you to create models. If I click on it, can you see I have what? Models. But the first one here, it says what? Connection of Mysql. That means you connect and write queries, right? And here you have what? Models. Then the third one is migration. You use this for migrating data from one database to another database. Alright? Migration. Maybe you want to migrate from Mysql to MariaDB, or MariaDB to Mysql to Postgres, Postgres. That's what you use for that. So now back to home. I want us to start using models. You click on this. If you want to start, is it visible? Can you see what I'm doing? If you want to start creating your models, you click on this plus sign. Okay, this plus sign. If you click on it, it then asks you to type in the name of your DB. Even though you are going to create models, but it asks you to type the name of your DB. Good morning. Good morning. Come in. If there is seats, you sit somewhere. Then this my DB. Please double click it. Then put in the database name you wanted to create. What is the database name? Pickup and delivery, right? Let's say logistics, because I think I used that name. Logistics underscore app underscore DB. I don't want it to conflict with another database. I think I have something like that. As it is now, you haven't yet created any database. We are trying to create the models of the database. Where do you want to take it to? We have used it there. Here you
said that the place is nice. Place is tight.
It's tight. Okay, sit down. Who's there? Okay. All right. So you click out. After clicking out, you see the best way is for you to listen and concentrate on what we are doing. Then later you repeat what we did, either using video or using your jottings and all that. Because as I'm doing and you are doing, you cannot ask questions. And once the class is off, then I may not be here. Maybe I will go to somewhere or I'll go to council or something. So please try to understand what's happening. So logistics, we have written the name of the DB, right? So now, then I will close this. I will close it. That means it has been saved, right? Then you now double click what? This, can you see something? Add diagram. Double click it. When you double click it, will open to this window. If you want to see, okay, leave it as it is, as a beginner. So when it open here, you can enter that. You see from there.
Okay, from there.
I think it's better. All right. Then what we do then, we want to start creating our tables. Please, let me zoom this. Okay, it's not zooming, right? Let me introduce this magnifier so you can see what I'm doing. Please, can you see? You seen it now, right? Can you see there are icons here, right? When you hover your mouse here, you see it will write table for you. I don't know, maybe because I'm using magnifier. When you click on it, then you click out here. Whenever I'm using magnifier, the system tends to be inefficient. So when I click on it and I click out, so you see, it says what? Table 1. But that's not the name of our table, right? So for us to edit it, you now double click on these. After double clicking, can you see table 1? Please check on your document. What is the first thing we want to create? User table, right? But we're not going to be saying table. We only say users, right? Or users. Rather, let's say users rather. So you now see users. Let it be small letter, please. Small case, I repeat and I repeat. It should be small case. Lower case. This is because when you deploy your application on a Linux server, it doesn't see any table that has been capitalized initially. Any table that has its initial capitalized will not be read by Linux server, and then you'll be having issues of so table doesn't exist, so table doesn't exist. So you should go by small letters. Okay, then you double click this column name. Can you see? After double clicking, let's see the fields. User table. He says stores the details of each user, including customer, delivery agent, admin, and what?
And the fields.
Okay, this is what is going to be used for authentications for users, because it says here user ID, name, contact information, user type, and others. Okay, this for sign up. This for sign up, first sign up, and then this. I guess the guy wanted to create something here. Anyway, let's go by what we have here. Maybe later we dig into the meanings of what he is portraying here. So here the fields are what? User ID, name of what? User, contact information, user type, and what? Maybe others. That's why he says others. Maybe with time. So user ID, name, contact information. So the first thing here is user ID. user. You see, I capitalize later, I capitalize, right? It's not a harm. You can capitalize later, but the initial shouldn't be capitalized. Then we want it auto incremented. We want it primary key. Then what? Auto incremented. There's something, maybe later we'll talk about this. Anyway, I'll edit it later. Then if you want a zero fill. What is zero fill? If you need zeros, maybe if the number is 1 and you want it 001, that is zero fill. Then you make it zero fill. If you want it. If you don't want it, if you make it 1, 2, 3, and the rest. Mostly we write zero fill here actually, and not null, zero fill. And if you say zero fill, you need to specify how many characters do you need. If you need 3 characters, then it will give you 0, 0, 0, then 1. Okay? Then what is the next?
Name.
Huh? Name. Thank you. Name should be varchar. Varchar what? Yes, 45 is okay, I think. If you think 45 is not okay, that is the length of the character. You can make it 75 or 100 or what. Then, please, this int. Anyway, maybe with time we'll make these corrections. Let me just have one table first. So, and then not know that name must be supplied. What is the next?
Contact information.
Information, contact information, like what? Phone number, right? Is it? Phone number, not null. 45, phone number is 11 in Nigeria, but you might be asked to add +23 country code. Let's make it like 20. We don't know what's going to happen, so we don't have to maintain over and over. Next,
User type.
user type. Thank you. User type. Type of user. Who are you with regards to logistic app? Okay, you didn't save, right? User type. Not no. Next.
Others.
Huh? Others. Okay, so let's stop here. Let's stop here. Then I will click out and close this. Then I will have my table, one table here created. Is it? Huh? One table created, right? Isn't it? Yes. And look at it here. Of course, there is going to be some modifications on this table. Let me close this. Let me open this. So I have one table here created. Sorry, one model, right? Not a table, one model. So now let me now save my model quickly. Since I have a table, I have one table. Yes, I'm saving it here. Logistics what? Logistic app model. Let me say 2024. So I know that this is the one we have created. Alright? You need to concentrate. There are a lot of things you will not know how we have done them, and you'll be having issues. Well, by the time you want to come up with your own design. So the next is what? Customers, right? So in these customers, we have customer ID, we have name, we have what? Email, phone number. So let's create another one. This is the table icon. Click it and click out. Then you double click. It is very simple. And then do what? Customer first as the name. Customers. Name of the table. Then ID of customer. Customer ID. Primary key. Auto increment 0 field. I want us to explore long. Anyway, no problem. 3. What next? Auto increment here. Name of the customer. Thank you. Name. Not null. 45. You can make it 75 or any number you think it's going to be okay. What is the longest name we have in Nigeria? The longest name, 3 names, longest. Abdul Rahman, Abdul Rashid, Abdul Karim. Maybe this, if this is my name, then Abdul Rahman, how many characters? Huh? How many? 12 times 3. 36. I think 75, 74 is okay. But you can make it anything you want. You think it is okay. It's just name. What's the next? Huh? Email. Thank you. Email. Email is mostly anyway. Let's go by 45. Next, the default phone number.
Email not known.
Not null, of course. Cannot be null. Phone number, we said 20, right? 20 or 25. Next,
Address.
address. That's what kind of address? Contact address, right? That is house address, right? Yes. Anyway, it's okay. All that could be done from the front end side. You specify what you wanted. Address should be lengthy actually. Let's say 145. I don't know what's going to happen here. Next. What's next? Let me adjust it. Huh? What? Password. Password. Next. That's all. Thank you. So I will click out, meaning it has saved all this, and then I will click. This is it, right? Is it? Let me have another table, then we push it as a to create database. All right? This should be hash, right? As he has suggested. That will be done from the Springboard side, from the framework or backend from framework. Then next is what? Other table, right? Let us create this third one. Then we look into what we have done. Of course, there is going to be so many modifications. All right. Order, right? Order table. Order ID and customer.
There is more.
Huh?
There is more.
Yes, down there, right? You have it. You should be telling me what's next. You don't have it?
No.
Huh?
No.
You don't have this document? It should be with you. I double clicked, and what is this? Order. Order or orders? Order, thank you. So that means customer, we need to make it. We need to be kind of consistent. If we are going by A with A's, we should go by with A's. So we know that we are going with A's. If we are not going with A's, then order ID. Order ID, not null. Primary key, right? Primary key, not null. 0 field. Auto incremental, right? So we should state how many characters do we need. We need 3, for example. What is it? Customer ID should be written exactly the way it is in customers. The way it is here should be written exactly, because we are creating a relationship between these two tables. So customer ID, all right? And it is not null. Next, pickup location. Pickup underscore location. You cannot use spaces here. Not null. Next,
Drop off location.
drop off sorry, drop off. All right. Drop off location. Let me adjust this so we can have our not now. Next, double click
Parcel size.
parcel underscore size. Next,
Payment
payment
method.
payment method. Not now. Next,
Order status.
orders.
Order status.
Orders
STATUS.
S.
TATUS.
Okay, status. Thank you. Is that all? All right. So this is on auto increment. That is good. So we're done with this. Then I will now click on file and click on save model. All right. Then what next? Concentrate. You can do this. You can always do this. Concentrate. Look at what I'm doing. Ask questions when I'm doing it.
Delivery agent.
No. Let's push these three to create database, because as it is now, we don't have database yet. We are not yet having database with this name. I don't know that you get what I'm saying. I want to connect. Let's check the databases we are having here. Show what? Databases. Can you see, do we have anything logistics here? There is nothing logistics, but we have pickup delivery. I have, for one class, we try to do something. So then now, what we do to create the database, we do forward engineering. You click on what? Click on the ER diagram, then you click on what? Database, and click on what? Forward engineering. When you forward, you click on next, 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 and next. Then it creates database for you. It says it has created successfully. Okay. Then let's check now. Check, you see logistics with the three tables. L. Can you see logistic app? It has created. We can now say use. We want to make it active and show what? Show tables. Can you see the three tables? But I just did this for us to understand how to create it. We haven't done any relationship here. Okay, so let's do the relationship between customer and, because we have customer ID here and we have it here, right? And we said it is many to many. Many customers can place many orders, and many orders could be placed by many customers. So this is now one to many. One to one, one to many, and then we have many to, this is the many to many, M to M, many to many relationship. You click on this, then you click on, can you see the relationship table here? This is the relation. It says customer has order. Customers has order. So if you check, you see what? Customer ID and order ID. That is what makes them what? Because this customer ID is found here as it was here as a primary key and it's here as a foreign key. So let me now save it and push this again for us to create the relationship table, because it was not there when we create the database. So now if you check show tables, you see 4 tables. Can you see? Instead of 3, because the relationship table was not there. So customer has order is the relationship table. Alright? So this is what we have here. Let's see the content of customer. Let's say select. First of all, let's describe it. We want to see the structure. This is the structure, and you now say select, right? We want to see the content of it. This is it. It has nothing there. Please, let's try to push in some data here, because I want us to realize something. There is a mistake done by the person, by Uzeru, who did that requirement analysis, but we will correct it now. So can we do that? Insert into customers values. This is one way of inserting data, right? No, the reason why I say no is because this is auto-incremental, right? How do I know that it's auto-incremental? When I check from the structure, when I say describe, can you see auto-incremental? If I'm not the person who created the table, by checking the description of the table, that is the structure, I will understand how the structure of the table is, and what kind of things or what kind of domain were being assigned to the fields, if there is anything extra, if there is key, if there is a default, or whether it is null or not null. That is the reason why we introduce it. Are we there? So when I say null, that means it will pass nothing. So because it will be incrementing automatically. Please let me run this one so we'll be seeing what is there. So what is next? Name. Any volunteer? David, give me full name.
David Daniel.
David Daniel. Email. You never get this email. Somebody has already used it since before you were born. Next. Phone number. Zero. Let me use a number I stopped using. I don't know whether someone has been given this number. It's a Glow number 090 0050 39 390221. Next. Address. Let's write address of here. Number 1A, Beguino House, Yakubu, number 1, the 1 way Kaduna. Next, password. He said password should be hashed, right? We'll hash it later from our backend. So let me just use something. Let me just say 123 at KD, for example. Alright? So Now let's push this. It says one row affected. Then let's see the content. All right, that's good. One thing has been done, but please look at something here. It says customer, right? Customer ID 001. Name David. Email Daniel David. Phone number this. Address this. Password this. So when I push for the second time, it will do what? It will create again. Is it not?
Yes.
Let me see. Nothing is checking on the validations, right? Because we shouldn't have more than one person with same. But no, we don't have problem here. It could be two people, different people with different or what, right? Two people, two customers, same name, same address, same email. No. Not possible. Not possible, really. Not possible. So what we do, we can hold on two things here. Email address and phone numbers should be what? They should be different. They shouldn't be the same. So I'm trying to introduce kind of validation right from the DB. Right from the DB side. Okay? So what we do here? And then secondly, I don't want this customer ID to be 001. I don't want it. Customer ID 001. No. I want to show it that maybe it says customer or cost slash 001 or customer slash 001. You get me? Because when it says 001, it could be somebody could say, okay, it's an ID of a given table. So when someone has 001 this table, if you go to another table, there is going to be 001 as well. I don't know whether you get it, but let's first of all solve this problem. I want us to validate email and phone number. What do we do? How do we do that? Huh? Edit? No, we have two ways of validations, or even three ways. We could two ways. We could have validation from server side, client side, but the client side mostly validate whether it is being given a value, it is imputed or not. But client server side validation, we could validate from database, we could validate from the backend, from the programming. So since we haven't started doing any programming, let's validate from here. And to do that, let's go back to our table. You see the importance of using this? You don't have to re-edit any statement. Just come to customer. Please look up here. Can you read what is here? Can you see something? UQ? It means unique. So that means nobody should have two things same. Alright? Where? Email. Phone number. Right, good. Correction is done. Then let me close, save. Forward engineer again. But for you to forward engineer it this time around, you need to drop this table. Otherwise it will not affect the correction because already data is being entered. Okay? Copy it. Drop the table by saying drop table. And what? Do what? Execute. It says, okay, so you see now the advantage of using constraints, right? It's telling us that it is being constrained. Constraint in the sense that if you check the other table, what is it? Sorry, short tables, where are they? So this is the advantage of using the relationship. Look at it. Customer has what? Let's see the content here. Even though nothing is being entered here, but it's telling us that there is a constraint here. right? Because if you want to fully utilize the constraint or the relationship, when you send in tuple into the customer and other table, you should as well send same here. So you have your constraint stored there. So what do we do here? What do? We can I think we can make this constraint null. We can make it null such that it will allow us to continue with us. Since we are on the development stage, we haven't finished yet. Let me stop this video. We'll do that then.